first, if you could tell me your name and where you're from.
Okay. My name is Laura Alkofer, and I'm from Park River, North Dakota, which is 70 miles from Grand Forks.
So, can you tell me a little bit about your caregiving story?
Okay. About 5 years before my husband passed away, I found out that I couldn't leave him. If I went uptown, I'd probably find him on the floor when I came home. And a neighbor was kind enough to come and share with me that he knew about this wonderful caregiving program. And I called Rayanne Johnson, and she came to the house, evaluated my husband, and said, yes, he does need help. And what's nice, it's not based on our income. We could be millionaires and it still would take care of it, or less than that, considerably.
So that allowed you, or somebody came into your home then to help with
Yes.
your husband and gave you the opportunity then
To go. Because you're pretty much, the word I like to use is trapped. You are literally trapped. He needed help to be dressed in the morning, to get out of bed. Because he was involuntary, I had to put a condom catheter on him, and I never asked the caregiver to do that, okay? But he needed help with bathing, to go to the bathroom, to walk from A to B, and he deserved all the help that I gave him because he was a very kind man. And so, like I said, I used the word trapped. So when the Caregiver Program came into my life, I was able to go to Grafton, to Grand Forks, and even I was able to take him to the local hospital. At that time, they charged $100 for a 24-hour period. And I could go to my granddaughter's baptism in California. And I could leave him at the hospital, who knew him very well because he was up there a lot. And I didn't have to worry. And the Caregiver Program paid for that. But I had to really budget my time so that I could have that type of money to go. And it is the most wonderful program, and I would be a strong advocate for it. And I'll never be able to use it, but I'd like to help people to become aware of it. And that's another thing. It is the best kept secret. People don't know about this program. And I don't know if how that could be maybe publicized more. I did get the Grafton Record to do a story on it to let them be aware of this. So what I would do if I knew of someone who was literally trapped, I would tell them about the program, and of course they would call Grand Forks, and then they would come out and be evaluated, and sometimes they will let you choose who you want for a caregiver, which is a positive thing. Is family members don't have to be approved. They can automatically become a caregiver. But like, so you wanted, say, somebody, some Betty that you knew. Betty would have to be approved by either a registered nurse or the doctor to say yes, she or he is capable of taking care of your husband or your loved one. And that was nice. So it wasn't a complete stranger that came to the house, which maybe could be an issue in sometimes. And all the caregiver does that comes in is take care of the person. They don't clean your house, they don't do any of that. They feed him, get him dressed if that's necessary, and then you decide what medical things you'd want him to do. And what I would advise if anybody ever was fortunate enough to be able to get this into this program is get a spiral notebook and write down exactly what you would like the respite person to do. And then ask them, before they left, what they did. Because otherwise they walk in there and they really aren't aware of what needs to be done. And I still have my 2 spiral notebooks from 2007 until my husband passed away. And to me, I'm hoping that people do that because that's really tough on a respite care person to come in and say, okay, goodbye. But that's
So, you know, based on your caregiving experience, what's prompted you to become more of an advocate then for other family caregivers?
because it helped me so much. It gave me a chance to go someplace and not feel worried and feel like, oh, that I was abusing my neighbors and friends to come and take care of Ray for a little bit, that it was being financed by this federal program. But I really, really wish that the state of North Dakota would maybe even match what they're getting now. Because we have oil money, and it's money that is well spent. Because really, $3,000 a year, it's a little bit more than that, is not enough. Not when they're getting almost $20, which they deserve to take care of your loved one. But if the state could even partially add to it, it would be a blessing in disguise.
So is that what your message would be to legislators?
Yes. I wrote to each and every one of them that was involved with that program. And then I got the addresses and phone numbers to the ones that were in my county, Walsh County. And I wrote to Holden, I wrote to Highcamp, I wrote to Dalrymple. And a lot of the responses I got were, oh, go to social services. Well, that's based on income. And I inquired with that, and if I would have gotten somebody to come and stay with Ray, it would have been $30 an hour out of my pocket. I couldn't go very far. It took the joy of going, right? So social services is not an answer to this because it's based on income. And this, like I said, it's not based on income, and it's a wonderful, wonderful program. It was just like a miracle when I found out about it. So my big issue would be that if the state would just contribute just a little bit. And I hate to say this, but I was a little disappointed with the response I got from all those letters, because you heard me read that letter. That's the letter I sent to all of them, and I have the addresses here with me right now. And I know they're busy, and they don't understand. So that's my message.
Okay.